This video is to supplement some of the media-ready tips that we have for you. What you really want to think about once you get into the studio is, number one, the person that's interviewing you probably got handed some talking notes, talking points, notes, questions about a minute before you sit down in front of them. And so, this, journalist, broadcaster, whatever it is really just going from one interview to the next. So what I want to emphasize with this is they may not be asking you questions that are going to elicit the answer that you want to get across. So it is very important that you know your talking points and that you kind of skirt around some of their questions to be able to answer in a way that articulates what it is, the message you want to get out. So I've got some examples of this for you in some of the interviews that I've done. But basically, the question may be something like, why would you just have a female-focused workspace? This comes up a lot in interviews. And you can say something like, and politicians do this a lot, that's a fantastic question, but what I think is important here is to talk about, and then you go into whatever you want to talk about, the success stories, the women that have been in our community and what they've accomplished, since they've joined the community, those types of things, to be able to essentially acknowledge the question. You don't want to ignore it or say it's a bad question, but you want to be able to get your point across. And then the last tip is you need to think in sound bites. Do not ramble. This is so important. So you want to think about maybe capturing, a 10 or 20 second sound bite, because a lot of times, depending on the interview style, if it's live, this won't be the case, but if it's something that's pre-recorded, they're going to edit that down, and you want to be able to give that video editor an opportunity to pull out some of the best parts of your interview. So keep it short, keep it succinct, don't ramble on, answer the question, and then pause and let the interviewer ask you the next question. And last bonus tip is get excited. Think about yourself as, you're on TV, which you are. And so, I know it's hard because sometimes you're not comfortable, but just have fun with it. Try to relax, be a little more gregarious than you think you need to be. It's really important to come across to that person on the other side of the camera as excited about what you're talking about. So don't be afraid to use your hands. I know some people say never use your hands on television. Don't do this, of course, but, use your expressions, be passionate about what you're talking about, because you are passionate about what you're talking about. You're talking about this amazing community of entrepreneurial women, and share that excitement in your interview.